There is no real adequate framework in your society in which people like Augustus can be treated with any effectiveness. An analyst might consider Augustus as schizophrenic and label him neatly, but such terms are basically meaningless. If the analyst over a period of time should convince Augustus that his condition in the present resulted from some specific inhibited event in the past, and if the analyst was an intuitive and understanding man, then Augustus might change his beliefs enough so that some kind of cure was worked. He would then conveniently remember such an event and display expected emotions as he re-experienced it. Unfortunately, in his present state, powerless as it were without Augustus too, he might also simply call on his alter ego to show the good doctor that he was no one to trifle with. Then, there would be the matter of helping Augustus to face the implication of his other self's behavior in such a way that he could accept it as a portion of his whole identity. When Augustus too was in control of the body, the chemical makeup varied considerably. It showed significant differences over Augustus's usual hormonal status. The chemical changes were caused by the transition in beliefs that operated, and not the other way around. If chemical alteration were made in Augustus too, he would return to the Augustus I personality, but the change would be artificial, not permanent, and possibly quite dangerous. The chemically inhibited tendencies would, to some extent, be forcefully blanketed through medication. The problem would remain though, and it's quite possible that overt suicidal tendencies could result, or more insidious hidden suicidal inclinations where vital organs would be attacked. Sometimes such cases are handled within another framework in which Augustus would be considered possessed by an independent evil entity whenever Augustus II took over. Now again, if Augustus somehow changed his beliefs, it is possible that even within that framework some kind of cure would be effected. But at the same time, the dangers and difficulties would make such a cure relatively impossible. If a practitioner who believed that Augustus was possessed then convinced Augustus of the fact, their joint charged beliefs might possibly work for a while. Convincing Augustus that he was under the domination of an evil entity would be step one. Step two, getting rid of the intruder, could at least follow. The trouble is that working within that framework, the self-structure is further weakened, for the normally repressed characteristics of Augustus too are forever denied. Augustus must then always be good, and yet he would always feel vulnerable to another such invasion of evil. The same results as those given could be possible: the growth of suicidal tendencies or other self-destructive behavior. This marks the end of Chapter 6, The Nature of Personal Reality, Seth Speaks. And of course, this is our Part 5. Let's discuss. So in this passage, Seth discusses the complexities of treating a person like Augustus who experiences shifts in personality that modern psychology might label as schizophrenia or possession by an evil entity. Seth argues that such labels are inadequate and that treatment should involve understanding and addressing the underlying beliefs and emotions. Seth suggests that attempting to convince Augustus of past events or possession could temporarily alleviate symptoms, but true healing would require acceptance and integration of all aspects of his identity. Seth also highlights the risks of chemical intervention, emphasizing the importance of addressing root causes rather than merely altering brain chemistry. If you've enjoyed this passage, please consider giving it a like, sharing with a friend, and of course, subscribing for more. What did you think about this particular passage? I'm sure many of you can see this in our current modern society. Please leave it in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Until the next time, thank you.